What is one piece of advice you would give to a prospective missionary or missionary in training? I recently asked this question on social media and got some incredible responses. In fact, the number of responses superseded my expectations. Because so many gave their input, I simply cannot share them all with you. So in this episode, I'm going to highlight 5 of them. Before I do, my name is Steve Shermer and welcome to our channel. Here at Silk Road Catalyst, our vision is to end gospel deprivation, giving gospel access to everyone. This is why I asked the question I asked. Sending and caring for missionaries is no easy task. It's an act of spiritual war, a war we should never take lightly. So here they are, the 5 pieces of advice every missionary to be, and even sending churches should know. In the 5th spot, someone over at Upstream Sending said, be a learner, stay a learner. Humility is the path toward long-term effectiveness. And Eddie in the UK said, a position of humility is essential. This is why one should walk into the mission field with the attitude that they have much to learn before they have much to do. In spot number 4, Wayne in Thailand said, invest a lot of time in language and cultural learning. What I learned about Wayne is that after 12 years in Thailand, he still spends 1 hour every day studying the language and the local culture. Now, to help drive this point, my Mandarin teacher once told me that it's not enough to simply learn to speak Mandarin perfectly. You must learn to speak it through the lenses of Chinese culture. Otherwise, you're merely speaking American culture with Mandarin words. The more you understand the language coupled with the local culture, the more effective you will be sharing the gospel and relating with local people you are serving among. In the 3rd spot, Tyler said, slow down and count the cost. Man, I cannot reiterate this enough. Like I already mentioned, moving cross-cultural is difficult. If you do not count the cost, both culturally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, you may burn out very quickly. And I'm not talking about burnout after a few years. In fact, it may happen after just a few months. Counting the cost ahead of time is critical. In the 2nd spot, Chase said, love the church who sends you as much as you love the church you hope to plant. Man, this is true. More often than not, churches back home are seen as merely a means of financial and sometimes prayer support. But they are far more than that. Your home church is the most important relationship a missionary has while serving on the mission field. Second to the Lord, of course, and your family. But after them, it's your home church. Dismissing them or treating them as a means to an end is just plain nonsense. And finally, in the number 1 spot, which definitely supersedes all the other pieces of advice, Justin Long said, there are many things to do. There is only one thing to be, a child of the Father. Think about that. Missionaries have numerous tasks, plans, and expectations that they are pursuing. And while they are important, there is something far greater, far more important than your task. It's your relationship with the Father. This must be priority. Your number 1 priority. Your spouse isn't your number 1 priority, and neither are your children. It's your relationship with God that supersedes every other relationship and task. So invest time in that relationship, even at the expense of task. And as far as your family relationships go, when you are pursuing your relationship with God, the overflow of that relationship will positively impact your relationship with your spouse, your children, and everyone you're interacting with, even the task you have to do. Like I mentioned, there were far more pieces of advice that were given, so I'm going to share a few more in my next video. So to make sure you know when that video is available, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss out on any content that we drop. I'll see you next time.